Hello, hello, welcome to Heal and Ascend Tarot. So I hope everyone is doing well. Today is going to be, well, today's Friday, so it's going to be what's blocking you in life and love, pick a card reading. So if you guys don't know, I started a schedule for the tarot reading, so if you're interested in what the schedule is, it's going to be in the description box down below at the bottom. I also do bonus reads, which means that some days I'll do maybe 2 readings or 3 readings, so the extras will just be just that extra, but you guys will always, every day, I'm gonna do my best, okay? I'll do my best to every day consistently will have those readings that are on the schedule. All right, if you want to book something personal with me, my information is down below in the description box, as well as access to guided meditations and online courses. I am super excited to tell you as well that almost the full order of the crystals have arrived. I'm just waiting for one more shipment by the end of next week, and I'm going to be launching the anxiety set to begin with, okay? So it'll be a nice combination of, some of the crystals will be kind of larger, some of them are small, so it's really great because you can keep some in your car and then you can also keep some in your pocket, so it's kind of nice to have that range. So anyways, I'll discuss more of that when it's ready, but let's start. So we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Yes, my energy is extremely high today because I am on like my 4th coffee. Yeah, it's kind of late at night. I just need somebody to kind of keep me up. Okay, so let's start off with this crystal here. So let's take a look and see. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, yeah, that's the petrified crystal. So this is a crystal that I found locally. I couldn't remember the name, but that's the petrified. I think I posted it before and I never gave you guys the name. I wanted to give it to you. So this is a really interesting one. This was a local guy here in my area. I really like to shop locally, to be quite honest, especially because of the area that I live in. But anyways, this is petrified. Okay, so let's take a look and see. So what's blocking you in life and love? We have 8 of Pentacles. Oh no, not the envy card again. Oh my gosh, this came out in the last one. Okay, we have the yellow jasper. It says, are you paying attention to details? Do you have a tendency to over-scrutinize things? Consider reorganizing and rearranging your home so you can see what you need to see on all levels. You might be missing something that is right in front of you. It's time to pay attention to the minute of your life. With focus, you have the opportunity to see the other areas of life with greater clarity. Okay, we have, whoa, we're getting a lot of sacral energy. We have the sacral chakra, passion, and we have compassionate. Okay, interesting. All right, hold on, I'm just gonna close that door and we're gonna jump into what's blocking you. Okay guys, so this is a really interesting pile. I do think right off the bat that a lot of you have some sacral chakra blockages, so that's something that you want to take a look at, possibly get some Reiki done. But you'll notice that if you have any sacral chakra blockages, that you could be losing that zest for life, or you might just not feel very passionate about anything right now. So you might just feel kind of bored with life. You might feel like, you know, everything's so mundane and nothing's really changing. This is mainly because you're not allowing passion and joy to flow through you because your sacral chakra is blocked, okay? Some of you guys might need some healing when it comes to possibly sexuality. I don't know if some of you have gone through some sort of sexual abuse. That's not for everyone, just a small portion of you. Sometimes that can block the sacral chakra, but it could also be maybe questioning. Some of you might be questioning your sexuality, or there's just some issues related to sexuality. Maybe some of you guys just literally haven't gotten in a while, okay? So it could be so many different things here, but I'm getting really drawn to this sacral energy. Could be why also, okay, the other thing I'm getting with this envy card here is that this is an interesting thing because jealousy is something that can be closely related to passion, right? So like often when we feel very passionate about something, on the other side of that we can have this envy and this jealousy. And it's really interesting because this is something that's coming out a lot in the collective reads. We did have this exact card come out, is that what could be blocking you guys is that there's this envy or this jealousy. You might be jealous of what other people have. Maybe you're thinking that you got the short end of the stick in life. So you're needing to kind of see things from other people's perspective. So with this compassion card, this is about having empathy for those who might have different challenges than you, and that can be something that can also ease some of your jealousy, because you know, we can look at someone who maybe has all of the financial security in life, and maybe we don't. But it could be that all of the relationships have failed and they're unhappy inside, you know? So we don't know the full story about things, and it's really important that we have compassion and we have empathy, because everyone's challenges are different, okay? Okay, so actually, hold on, let's see. This is really interesting because this card talks about, are you paying attention to the details? And the Eight of Pentacles really does talk about paying attention to the details. The Eight of Pentacles is typically, in the traditional tarot, it's a guy who's he's working on something, but he's focused. Like, he's really focused on getting something right. So some of you might be perfectionists, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, a lot of you are perfectionists, and if you're a perfectionist, this comes from, just so you guys know, perfectionism comes from a fear of rejection or a fear of abandonment. That's really the driving force behind perfectionism, okay? I'm also getting here, what's blocking you is that you guys have a lot of clutter in your life. So whether it's in your physical home, or it could also just be in your mind, like your mind can be very cluttered, or maybe you have a lot of things going on in your physical environment. So what could really help you is just kind of cleaning up your area, organizing. It can help you to sort of get some clarity when it comes to your mind, okay? Yeah, and I'm also hearing that a lot of you are just too focused on what you don't have right now, and you're needing to stop and smell the roses, literally. I also hear that some of you have been very focused on the problems in your own life that you're trying to fix, that you're, I don't want to, there's kind of a neglect related to possibly your family or your friends, or maybe the person in your life. Like, I get the sense that there's someone in your life that really needs your attention or really wants your attention, but feels like you're very focused on whatever it is that you're doing, and you might be missing out on these like moments, like missing out on these present moments with people that you're already around, because you're so fixated on either trying to perfect something in your life, or your mind is just overwhelmed right now. Okay. All right, guys, so that's what I have for pile number 1 for blockages. So I hope this resonated. If you guys want to book your own personal reading, I have love readings and a messages from spirit reading on my website, which is in the description box down below. But let's move on to pile number 2. So if you guys chose the pyrite here, let's see. What is blocking you in life and love? So we have the 10 of Cups. We have death. We have Variscite crystal, and it says here, do you trust your intuition? Do you have a very good sense of smell? Have you developed a strong circle of friends and family? You can access great power by believing your hunches and feelings about people in life situations. Trust yourself and embrace your sacred circle of community to enjoy companionship, love, and support. Use aromatherapy as a tool for personal health and well-being. We have perfection. Oh, this is so funny that this comes out. Some of you guys might want to go and look at pile 1, because I was literally feeling from that pile that there was a perfectionist vibe. And then look at this. We have the card of perfection coming through. We also have root chakra issues. Some of you guys, excuse me, some of you might have some issues related to your root chakra. So if you're someone who deals with a lot of anxiety and stress and maybe a lack of stability, this could be because of the root chakra, okay? Oh, wow. And then we have this card of fulfilled. So this is so beautiful, because the 10 of Cups is really that card of fulfillment. So we have 2 cards of fulfillment coming through here. Okay, so let's take a look. What is blocking you in life and love? Okay, so what I'm hearing is a lot of you were at a point where you really felt like you were getting everything you wanted. So maybe you had that relationship, or you had that like career, you felt like things were going good or things were going really well, and then something changed. So something ended, whether it's like you lost your job or maybe your relationship fell apart. So there's this energy where at one point you felt like you had it all, and then something ended, okay? And I don't think you guys have fully accepted this yet. I think there's this energy here where because you did have this point in time where you established a lot of fulfillment, there's this reluctancy to kind of move on to the next phase of your life because you're looking back thinking that your fulfillment's going to be back there in the past. And what Spirit is encouraging you to do is to look forward and also use your intuition, okay? So for some of you, even though whatever you experienced in the past for you at that time was fulfilling, Spirit's saying that there's something more fulfilling coming for you and you're needing to use your intuition. I feel like there's also this heavy energy about focusing your time right now on your friendships and your family. So and your well-being and your health. So this might not be a time possibly for romance for you guys, or there could be some stalemates when it comes to romance. Maybe you guys are just getting out of some sort of ending of a connection. But I feel like Spirit's wanting you to focus more on the beginning that you could have and less on the ending. All right. There's a huge emphasis here as well as to really use your intuition when it comes to the people that you spend time with. So if you feel like you don't feel good around certain energy, definitely be aware of that, okay? Because you guys here, if you chose this pile, you guys could be very intuitive. Some of you could be water signs is what I'm hearing. You don't have to be, but I'm definitely getting a strong intuitive energy from you guys. But I also see you as someone who is needing some grounding, okay? So oftentimes people who are really intuitive, they get stuck in their head or also like their emotions, and they kind of forget to sort of ground themselves and they feel very unstable. Some of you are dealing with this energy of perfectionism, okay? Like I said in the last pile, if you choose to go watch it, what I was saying was what drives being a perfectionist is it's a fear of rejection or a fear of abandonment, okay? So we're trying to be perfect because we're trying to avoid abandonment. Because if you didn't have a fear of rejection or abandonment, there'd be no desire to be perfect. Like, where does the desire to be perfect come from? So a lot of you are needing to question, why do I feel this constant need to do everything perfect or to be perfect? And really evaluate that. But I think if you guys use your intuition, you're going to understand this already. Because it's almost like some of these piles, I can tell that you guys are also intuitive. And it's like you don't even really need to be getting the reading. You're just here for kind of like, it's sort of a confirmation. Okay, so some people will come on and they're very disconnected from their intuition, so these readings are very helpful or very informative. For you guys, I feel like this is more of a confirmation because you're already intuitive. Okay, so that's what I have for pile number 2. So I hope that this was helpful for you. If you want to book your own personal reading, my information is down below. But let's move on to pile number 3. So we have the selenite stick here. So let's take a look. What's blocking you in life and love? Ooh, so we have the 3 of Swords. We have worry. We have time link quartz. So we actually have the quartz here and we have the selenite. Very similar energy, spiritual vibes here. So it says, are you aware of your past lives, potential future realities, and parallel lives? Have you aligned with the magnitude of your personal power? It's time to look into the past to see how it affects your present and your future. Invite the wisdom and knowledge of great mystery. Open your mind to realize you choose from unlimited potential future realities. Every future moment depends on your present thoughts and state of consciousness. Beautiful. We have guilt. And we have worried again. Wow, we have worried twice, guys. Okay. Okay, so right off the bat, we're not going to even start with the worry. I know that's a big message here, but I'm actually getting something different to start with. So what I sense is that a lot of you are just coming out of a heartbreak, or you have your heart broken. Your heart is broken right now. And what often happens is when we get our heart broken, we kind of give our power away. And it's something that just sort of happens. But heartbreak is painful. And, you know, when we put our heart and soul into another human being and it doesn't turn out the way we want it to, we do energetically lose our power. So what's blocking you right now is that you guys are just needing to grieve. It's a natural process. I don't think this is something where you have to force it. It's going to happen when it happens. But just keep in mind that if a lot of you feel very depleted, or if you feel like things aren't really happening the way you want them to right now, it is because you have lost a lot of your power. I don't think this is something you've consciously done. This is just what happens when your heart is opened and it's kind of shatters, and then your heart chakra closes. Okay, so there's no energy really flowing through your heart center right now, which is why there's a lot of grief happening. You guys are really needing to trust in a higher power right now. I think a lot of you are very much in your head and you're trying to trust in your own power. Okay, so it's how do I explain this? We have the vast universe and spirit and our guides and our ancestors always there for support when we ask. But oftentimes we want to, as humans, we want to do everything ourselves. We're just so, consumed with figuring everything out in our just small egoic frame of thinking. A lot of you guys are needing to open up. So you might even be wise to get some selenite, to get some quartz around you, because I feel like this is something that's going to help you to expand and open up to spiritual guidance, because right now you are blocking your spiritual guidance and intuition because of all of this worry. You guys are so worried, and it's okay, because it is because you're dealing with heartbreak, but it's also you guys are carrying a lot of guilt, right? So you're blaming yourself for a lot of things that have happened. Some of you I'm also hearing is that you have a lot of guilt and shame related to your childhood. So I get the sense that there's some inner child wounds that are coming up to the surface, which is what's creating a lot of this worry. And this heartbreak is almost amplifying the inner child wounds, okay? So when we go through a painful heartbreak, and if we don't have say for instance, we didn't have a secure attachment to begin with, or if we had any inner child wounds that we never really addressed, that will 100% come up in a heartbreak. Okay, if you have a fear of abandonment, if you have a fear of rejection, if you have a fear of intimacy, all of that's going to come up to the surface. And if there's any like core guilt and shame that was never processed as a child, which most of us just don't because we don't have the tools when we're that young, that's going to come up to the surface. So I see that there's a lot coming up for you, but Spirit is saying to call on them to support you and to open up to spiritual wisdom. But there needs to be this kind of slowing down of the thoughts, because you guys are so caught up in your head. There's so much worry here. Okay, it says, I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. So you guys can worry all day, but Spirit's saying it's not going to change anything. In fact, it's only going to keep you in the same state. Okay. I know it's hard to do that. Like, it's very difficult to sort of stop worrying when you have, especially if you've been heartbroken. So it's like almost like there's like a hypervigilance where, you're just seeking out pain because you're just already experiencing it. But if you can do anything to kind of stop or calm your mind, this will be very helpful for you guys. Okay, so that's what's blocking you. So I do truly hope that this reading was helpful. As always, if you guys want to book your own personal reading, my information is down below, as well as access to online courses. So there's a self-love course called Become a Love Magnet. I also have a twin flame course and guided meditation. So there's one for root chakra healing, and then there's also a free one for if you deal with, actually this is a good one for you guys, if you deal with stress and anxiety, and that one is free. Okay, but I'm sending you absolute love and light, and I wish you all the best on your journeys. Take care.